Let's look at Microsoft Excel basics. Basically, I'll be taking you through the common, the common functions that are used in Excel. The first thing to note here is the difference between a function and a formula. And the basic difference is that a formula is just an expression solving a problem, whereas a function is a user-defined formula and uses a keyword like sum, SUMIF, product, and also average, count, such. But a formula is not preceded by a keyword. So we shall look at the basic functions and formulas that are used in Excel and the most examinable. So there is this data here. Like for instance, I may wish to have the total of the sales. And for that case, I just come to this point. I type total sales. So I need to have the total sales here. And for that case, I can use a formula. Like a formula must start with a equal sign. So I'll just come to this point, click the first cell, G2, then plus the 650 plus that one, plus that one, plus that one, plus that one, plus that one. You see now I am using a formula. Then I hit on enter. Enter here is equal to. So this is the answer. On the other hand, I can accomplish the same by using a function. So a function again starts with an equal sign, sum, open the bracket, take the first cell, then put a full colon, take the last cell. This is the range. You see now Microsoft Excel has taken the range. I close the bracket and hit enter. You see I get the same answers, despite the fact that I have used a formula here and a function here. And on the same note, in an exam, when you are asked to use a function, don't use a formula. So use a function. But when you are told to use a formula, you can use any. And then you score the same. So that's how now the sum comes in. And up here, this is called the formula bar. I can see the formula I have used. That is equal sum G2. So I'm adding from G2 to G8. That is the range from G2 here to G8. So those are the two ways of now accomplishing the sum. On the same note, you may wish to have a total of a certain category. Like here, we have vegetable and fruits. I want to get the sum of category fruits. That is lemon, apples, oranges. Those are the sum. So I'll take 750 plus 950 plus 350. That is using SUMIF. SUMIF is a logical function. It is used when you have a condition. My condition is category fruits. So for that case, I'll just come to this point. I want to see sales of fruits. Sales of fruits. So to have the sales of fruits here, I'll just come to this point, then type equals SUMIF. Then where is the category fruits? It is from here. You put a full colon up to here. That is where the category is. Then you see now Excel has taken the range. It will search for fruits here. Then what am I searching? Fruits. When you are using text, you must cross other quotes. So what am I searching? I'm searching for fruits. Then the next thing, you can still edit the formula here. The next thing, what am I adding up? I'm adding up sales, and sales are from here, full colon, up to here. Then cross the bracket there. So I cross the bracket and hit enter. So what happens, you'll notice that I have now gotten the sales of fruits. You see now the sales of fruits is 2050. And up here I can see the formula I have used, that is equals to SUMIF, then the range and what I want. So the next thing there is to proceed to the next. When you get this, just click here or press escape on your keyboard, then click outside. So this was the sales for fruits. Let me just reduce the font. Good. This is the sales. I have used SUMIF. Then the next thing, I may wish to change this to a different currency like dollar. So I highlight, then I go to this point, you click on this button. This means there is a dialog box. A dialog box comes, I choose currency. Then here, I want to choose a different, like a US dollar. Like I want to use a different US dollar, like that. Then I want it to be, to have 2 decimal places. If you don't want, you just put 0 here. I want it to be 0. Then I click on OK. You see now this is the US dollar. That's how I have accomplished that one. That is changing the currency. Then on the next point, I want to count how many records do I have under sales. So I can just come here and type count. Count of sales. So I'll come to this point, then type equals count, open the bracket, then click the first one, put a full colon, click the last one, close the bracket, and hit enter. I have 7 records. So in case I needed to see the formula, you just come to the formula bar. This is the formula. I'm counting from G8 to G2 to G8. Then on the category here, I have 7 records, but one is blank. I want to see how many of category are blank. So I can come to this point and say count of blanks or empty sales. So we use a function called count blank. So I'll come to this point, count. You see it's here, count blank. Then where am I counting? I'm counting from that one, full colon, up to that point. You see the exact text range. Close the bracket, press enter. For that case, you see I have one blank. I can just reduce the font size here. I have one blank. But if I want to see how many are occupied, remember I have 7, so I'll get the answer as 6. You can use count of occupied. Occupied here. We use equals to count. We use count A. Count. This is count A. Sorry, this is count A. Instead of blank, it should be count A. Count A. Then take the range. The range is from here up to this point. Cross the bracket, press enter. So I'll get answer as 6. So if I click on this 6, then come to this point, I can see the formula, count A. So that's how you use the count A and count blank and count. Then there is count if. Like for example, I want to count for oranges. That is to see this 750. So you use count if. I want to see oranges. Sale of oranges. So sales of oranges. So I'll come to this point, type equals to count if. Then open the bracket. I want to count the occurrences of oranges, so it is from here. Full colon up to this. So I want to see the occurrences of oranges. Then what do I want? Remember, text is put under quotes. So oranges, under quotes, oranges. Then close the bracket and press enter. You see the occurrences of oranges. This is occurrences. Sorry, not really, not really. It is occurrence. Occurrences of oranges. So oranges is 1. Here it is true. If you look at the food, oranges is 1. That is count if oranges. You can pause the video and try to see how that one is done. On the other hand, I may wish to to calculate the tax. So I just come here and write value added tax. Let's say the VAT is something like 16%, so equals 16%. Let's say the VAT, sorry, go to A1, go to A1, go to A1. Okay, I wanted to come here. Let's say the tax here equals to 16%, like that. So I want to calculate 16% of this. What I do here, there is something I will introduce. There's something called absolute cell address and relative cell address. The difference is absolute cell address does not change when copied to a new location, whereas a relative cell address keeps on changing when copied to a new location. Like for example, I want to see this. This is 16. When I click on this one, this is called the name box. I will see K1 is where 16% is. So when I come to calculate here, remember formula must start with an equal sign. I'll type equals, then my tax $16, K $1. That means it will pick K1, but it is enclosed on $sign to say it does not change. So it is absolute, multiplied by this one. I click on it. You notice the difference. This one is not enclosed on $sign. That means it keeps on changing. Then from here, I just hit enter. So the tax here is 928. I go to the extreme right corner. When I get that black plus, I just drag. You see, these are the tax. And since it had been set as Kenya shillings, you just change you change that by going to this point here, and then just like we had done, then come to this point and type the US dollar, like that. Then this one should be 0. This one should be 0. Then you click on OK. That one changes the tax. So you have noticed that this 16% is multiplying all this without changing. That's why I have enclosed it on $sign. That is, you put $sign before and after the letter. Then you hit on enter. That is now how to calculate that. On the other hand, if for example, I want to do some ranking. I want to rank to see the highest tax rank. Then you can use the rank function, another function that is very important. So you just type equals rank, open the bracket. Where am I ranking? I'm ranking this one. That's where I start, comma. Then the range, where up to where, that point, full colon, up to this point. Then we rank using descending order. Excel will give you 0 and 1. So I just put 0. Then close the bracket. Then remember, I am ranking a certain range. That range should not change. So this is the range. The range, you put $sign to enclose it. So I'm enclosing it like that. I'm enclosing it. You see, the range has been enclosed using $sign. So I hit on enter. Once I hit on enter, I go to the extreme right corner and pull down or drag. You see now, these two guys here have the same sales. So they are position 2, and that means there is no position 3. That is ranking. To see the function, I click on it. Then I go to this point. This point is called the formula bar. It is used to edit the formula and display whatever the active cell. So you can see now the formula. I am ranking H2 from where H2 starts up to H8 in descending order. That one now gives me the rank. Then there is also a very important function called if function. That one can be used to comment. Like now I want to write the comments or to grade some stuff. So I want to comment that if, for instance, the sales exceeds 2,500, that is excellent sale. between, let's say, 850 to that other range, that's a good sale. Then we have a fair sale and a poor sale. So I just come to this point and write if. What am I talking about? It is the sales. So I put comma. Then I say if the sale is greater than 2500, if the sale is greater than 2500, comma. Remember, text is put under quotes. Then this is excellent sales. I put another comma. I continue if G2 is greater than 850, comma. I put text, that is a good sale, comma. If I proceed, can proceed from here, comma. If we're talking of G2, if G2 is greater than 450, then that is a fair sale. Else is denoted by comma. Else, poor sale, poor sales. Then I cross the bracket. Excel will count the number of ifs. Then I press enter. I'll get this error message. Just click on yes. So the first one is an excellent sale. I just go to the extreme right corner and pull down or drag. You see now, Excel will automatically range this one according to the criteria given there. And then, like here, we have a poor sale, fair, excellent, good. So this is the formula. What I'm doing, I'm trying to gauge if sale is greater than 2500, excellent. If sale is greater than 850, good. If sale is greater than 450, fair. Else, poor. You see now how I have accomplished that one using the if function. You can see now the power of the if function and other functions that are there. Then there is also other functions like average. I want to see the average tax here. So just type the average. Then you go to this point, equals to average. You open the bracket. I want to see the average tax of the tax. So I go to that point, put full colon, click the last one, and cross the bracket, enter. So this is the average. So in case you are using a function, just type the equal sign, the name of the function, then the range. You click the first one, put a full colon, then the last one. For that case, you'll be in a position to do that. There is also like something like, let's say somebody tells you that the sales was multiplied by 10. It is times 10 today. So you just go to this point. For example, you want the product of that increase in tax. So you just come to this point, equals to product, like that. So this one multiplied by 10, like that. You see now, you get the answer. You see what I have done? It's just the product. I take the cell address, like that. That is the product function, which is also very important for that matter. Then, just by the way, you may wish to create a chart of the food and the sales. Like for example, I highlight this, then I just go to insert menu. Then these are the types of chart. I want a bar chart, so I click on a bar chart. So Excel will create me a bar chart. There are two types of charts here. We have this chart. You see, this chart is inside the worksheet data. It is called an embedded chart. But I want to move this chart of mine to a new worksheet with a new name. That one is called a chart sheet. So I click on it. I want to move it to a new sheet. Then up there is this option, move chart. So I click on move chart. Then you see it was object in. This is an embedded chart. So I click on the upper point and then the name given by the examiner. Like for example, let's say my chart sheet is called that way. So I click on OK. You see now here you'll get that it has created a new name and full screen. So this is called a chart sheet. We are talking about this one here. This is the chart sheet. So a chart sheet is a chart that is on its own worksheet. whereas an embedded chart is a chart that resides in its original place, that is in the worksheet that contains the data. So basically, you'll notice that Excel, we have really tackled the important and the most examinable functions in Microsoft Excel. And if you follow those few basics on functions that I have covered, you'll be in a position to perform very well in an Excel question. So for that matter, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, remember to share, to like, and also make sure you come again to see what's new.